morning, and boy has this been a wild ride. Am I recording? Check, that's right, I actually am hitting the recording button this time. I hope you have coffee, because we've got a lot to go through. And yeah, today we are talking about my favorite game of all time. Sorry if the dog is barking, because I can't do anything about it. Marathon. That's right, the game that continues to search for the floor. And things are getting wild out there now as Destiny, the head, like Destiny 2 is button heads with Marathon right now. And yeah, so grab yourself some coffee, sit back, relax, and let's get into it, shall we? Hey, before we get started, I stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So hit that notification bell, hit the follow button, the subscribe button, all that good stuff. So if you want to come join us, chill out while we're just playing a video game Monday and Wednesday, go ahead and do so. And if you want to join the conversation on Friday when we talk about news like this, well, you got to do the same thing there too, and you can come join us then. I'll see you then. And of course, we're going to start this off by looking at the charts themselves, because why not? It hasn't really changed, to be totally honest. It's around that 12,000. It seems to be fluxing now, I think, between 10 and 12,000, which I think actually might be the floor for Marathon at this point. However, it looks like they're going to do everything that they can to make this floor grow. So let's take a look at Destiny real quick. Just out of curiosity, Destiny has been going a little stronger. To be totally honest, they actually did come on up to the 18,000 mark, almost broke 19,000, but it doesn't look like they have enough energy to really hit that 19,000 mark, or at least not as of recording this, and they've been hitting it hard for the past few days. So, Destiny 2, the players over there, the community for Destiny 2 are doing everything that they can in their power to try and bring their people back to the game to say, hey, Bungie, we matter. Now, unfortunately, this has been a weird thing because, normally this is something that is easily predicted, like the outcome. But Sony also is a bit wonky sometimes, because we saw how we all fought back with Helldivers 2 when they said, hey, by the way, in order for you to play your game, you're going to have to log into a PSN account. And everyone was like, no, nope, thank you, Sony. Nope, not going to do it. And they had to reverse course on that, and it's like, you know what, we listen, we were trying to pull this thing where we could buff our numbers for the end of the year finances and stuff, but we need you guys to come back, so we're not going to actually need you to sign into PSN anymore. You can play your game without the PSN sign in. And the players won on that one, so I honestly don't know if the players will win with Destiny. Destiny is one of those games I would love to play. Unfortunately, since it is hitting its end cycle now, I don't see myself actually picking it up and playing it soon. Although, if they were to continue it or start a Destiny 3, I would definitely check that out. Yeah, this is one of those things I really would have loved to have played but never got to. And the petition, by the way, the petition has almost hit 300,000 signatures. However, guys, we're not backing the petition up with players in game, because right now you've got you can't even crack 19,000 in game. You've got almost the amount of signatures of what was the all-time peak on Steam. So, I mean, unless there's enough players on the other systems to really pump it up to sort of match that petition, it doesn't feel like that petition is totally there's a word for it. I just can't think of what it is, because I am not a very smart man sometimes. Words leave me a lot in mid-sentence. And yeah, I'm just gonna... when I was younger, I had nothing to blame it on, but now that I'm getting older, I'm gonna just blame it on Old Man Z and say, look, I'm getting older, dementia setting in. That's what it is. Old Man Z's got the dementias, therefore he can't remember what the word is. But anyway, the petition is going pretty well, I'm not going to lie. So we'll see how that plays out. But here are just some things I wanted to share. Some memes, that sort of thing, when it comes down to it. It's like my message to Bungie after all the news. Bungie, any last words? Destiny 2, how's Marathon? Oh, I'm sorry. I found that to be hilarious. But anyway, no, seriously, Bungie is Bungie understands that it is in trouble right now because they chose Marathon over. Okay, so TLDR, you've got Destiny. Destiny is your PvE standard game for the most part, with a PvP component. Most of their player base, all 300,000 plus of them, almost 2-3 million players that Destiny ever had throughout its lifespan, or whatever millions it was, those were PvE players for the most part. And then Bungie, since just in case you're new here, this is what we're doing. We're telling the story real quick. Bungie decided, you know what? Let's make a PvP game that nobody wants, and then can't figure out why nobody wants it. And Marathon was born. Because for some reason, instead of actually giving it a story and a PvE campaign and all this other stuff, they decided to go straight into, let's go with PvP. That's exactly what people want. No, it isn't. But anyway, so Marathon devs ditched the pronouns now. In a move sure to make certain crowds mad, Marathon has fully dropped pronouns from last week's dev interview of Season 2. This just goes to show it was always performative, never sincere. The reason they are dropping it is because people are done, and they really would like to start making money again selling games. Yeah. I mean, seriously, you can sit there and you can laugh at ads all day long for going, nobody wants to see your shitty pronouns in our motherfucking games like this over and over again. And stuff like that. You can get mad at him, make fun of him, call him a pimple, or whatever it is you people called him and stuff all day long. But it doesn't change the fact that he was right. That's the thing. He was absolutely right. Nobody cares about the pronouns. Nobody wants to know that a trash can goes by they, them, because it's a fucking trash can, for crying out loud. It's a goddamn robot. Nobody cares. Meanwhile, these devs understand that too. They thought they were catering to a crowd that wanted it because that crowd was very loud and very, very loud. And they looked like they were a lot of people, but then we see time and time and time again where we can time-lapse these games together and their player counts that they just never show up for that game. Yeah, so to have them suddenly drop the pronoun bullshit, like we can't look at the dude and say, yeah, that's totally a dude. We don't need the he, him under it. It's nice to see that sort of thing starting to happen. The shift is changing, gamers. The shift is changing, as it should. Anyway, so this was just another funny meme. Please, guys, play your game. I'll do anything. That was just great. Is that from Homelander or The Boys? I don't know. Anyway, the point is, it was just a hilarious meme because that's what it feels like right now. That is exactly what they're doing over at Bungie to get Marathon on the thing. And now we've got, it's official. Marathon is doing an open play week, June 2nd to the 9th. That's right, boys. Marathon is going free to play for 1 week, which means your boy Z here is going to actually go over there and play the game at some point. Boise. That was cringe. Anyway. No, but seriously, I am a man of my word. It is going to be free to play, so I will be downloading it and probably playing it. It's a shame it starts on Tuesday because my stream day is Monday, so I may move things around and we might do like a stream Tuesday and Wednesday, or Tuesday and Thursday or something. Instead, Friday's stream will stay the same because it's Gaming with a Side of Salt. But we may move around our standard stream schedule so I can at least stream this a couple of times, right? And given that it's a shooter, it's going to take me a minute to get good a little bit, I guess. So I'm going to need some practice. I'll need some time to practice, I guess, between sessions. And the other sad part is my mouse seems to have broken, so I've got my backup mouse. I don't know how this is going to work. I may have to use the controller. Anyway, so we're going to make it work somehow. I might have to handicap myself slightly, because my mouse broke, my good one. I don't know what's wrong with it. I've tried everything. I took it apart. I used contact cleaner. I put it back together. I blew it out. I've reinstalled, or I updated, I deleted the updates, I reinstalled the software, and nothing seems to work. It is just messed up. I don't know why. But anyway, so it is going to be free to play. And just in case you were wondering, you could have a chance to win a free copy of Marathon. Enter here. So yeah, apparently over on the Marathon Twitter page, they are promoting this Oh Man Mouski to give away one copy of Marathon Standard Edition. So if you love the game enough, you can maybe win yourself a copy and keep playing after the free week. But anyway, that's all I got to say about that. This has been one wild ride so far, and I don't know where it's going to end. Is this going to be enough to bring players to Marathon? Because this is the plan right now. It is to put everything on Marathon, screw the Destiny players, and dang, what I don't know what else to say about that. Although we will talk about any new things that they come up with, of course, to try and bring people in. But we'll see how this next week or so plays out to see if we can bump those numbers up. Anyway, let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I will talk to you later. See ya.